What's up? I'm Mary Richardson, Rapid Transformational Therapy Practitioner. I help professionals and entrepreneurs, everyday people just like you and I, to get past the things that are keeping them stuck. Maybe the thing that is keeping you stuck is past trauma. Maybe it's causing loads of anxiety, and you're finding that you can't get past, the trauma. You're still trying to process it. Maybe you feel like it's affecting your life. Maybe you have more anxiety. Maybe you have panic attacks. Maybe you sense that it's getting stronger or worse rather than better. Maybe that you're losing sleep, and just that fear of not being able to get past this can create even more anxiety. So in this video, I'm going to cover and answer the question, how can you heal from past trauma? What do you do first? So thank you for jumping in. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Mary Richardson. I've helped a lot of people using my technique in hypnosis to help people get past where they are and to move forward to where they want to be. So let's answer the question first of all. Let me answer the question first of all. How can you heal from past trauma? Well, everything that you're experiencing right now are symptoms, right? The fear, the anxiety, trying to process the trauma. Maybe it was childhood trauma, maybe it was an accident, maybe it was a narcissistic relationship. Wherever you acquired your trauma, you might be experiencing loads of symptoms. And those symptoms keep coming back because they want to be healed. So they keep coming up, the anxiety keeps coming back up, and you may notice that it gets stronger and stronger. And the reason is because when you don't deal with it, it doesn't just go away, it comes back in all kinds of different ways. You can go from experiencing not enough sleep, struggling to understand the trauma, to get past it. And a lot of people, what they fear is that they're going to have to relive the trauma. Like, it was bad enough going through it the first time, right? You don't want to have to keep reliving it over and over and over. I don't think that really desensitizes a person. I think it creates more trauma to do it that way. So what I do through hypnosis is to get to the root cause, the core, all those symptoms, the fear, the anxiety, so that you can process the trauma in a way that makes sense only to you. So that's why it's very, very customized, so that you can move forward and get real healing. And it's not a one size fits all, because how you experience trauma and how someone else experiences it are going to be very, very different. And how these symptoms affect me are going to be different from how they affect you. So that's why the only way, one of the best ways, not the only way, but one of the best ways is to take the first step to healing the trauma through understanding why the fear, the anxiety, the whatever your symptoms are, why they aren't healing on their own, or why you're not able to process them on your own. That's where what I do can really be helpful, because through hypnosis you're not reliving anything, you're only reviewing it like it's on a movie screen. So you're not reliving any trauma, but it does give you an understanding and a way to untangle and process the trauma, so you can just let it go, and that letting it go can free you for the rest of your life, so you can move forward powerfully. And of course we all experience anxiety, just life anxiety, but when you're carrying all that extra trauma, anxiety and fear and pain, and this can be very scary. We don't want to do it on our own. So I hope this makes sense, where what I do is I get to the core issue, Maybe you already know where the trauma was. Maybe it was from a car accident, a childhood trauma, narcissistic relationship. And that's fine, but somewhere within you, you've internalized some really scary stuff, and that's where what I do can help you heal it rather than relive it. So I think, personally, my opinion is that the anxiety keeps coming back because you may be avoiding thinking about it, or trying not to think about it, or maybe you're obsessively thinking about it. But you're just not getting anywhere. You find you're repeating the same thought patterns, or anxiety comes up, you run from the anxiety, you try to distract yourself, the anxiety comes back. Or maybe you're obsessing about that trauma and you just can't let it go, for lack of a better way to say it. So I want to offer you these suggestions. Working with me, what I do is I help you review it, not relive it. I help you to understand the past trauma and how it's affecting your life now. Because I promise you, there are probably other ways in other areas in your life it's affecting that you may not even be aware of. You may be aware of the super obvious ones, or maybe you are aware, but there might be a whole lot of other ways where you're sabotaging yourself because of the past trauma. And that can be painful because you want to move forward to accomplish your goals and achieve your dreams. But if you're stuck trying to avoid it or not move forward, that's way more painful than moving forward and being uncomfortable. So understanding how that past trauma is affecting your life and being able to heal those areas and that sabotage, that's really powerful. So getting past the symptoms, because symptoms will keep coming up, there's symptoms trying to get your attention. The anxiety, the fear, the pain, the confusion, the trying to process it, those are all symptoms trying to get your attention to the main issue there. We might know where the trauma is coming from, something in childhood, or that difficult, painful narcissistic relationship, or that parent, or that accident. We might know where the trauma came from, but we don't know what is keeping us stuck and all wrapped up in not being able to process it and let it go. So if your goal is to be able to move past the trauma, comment below. Would love to chat with you and on a free consultation, see if what I do would be a good fit for what you're experiencing. I hope this finds you well and I gave you some insight, but generally what you're feeling are symptoms. And if you're tired of the symptoms and you want to get done with it and let it go so you can move forward, reach out to me. Take care. I hope you have a very blessed day. What we know, one more thing I want to talk about real quick. Here's what happens, here's what can happen if you don't heal the trauma. If you don't heal the trauma, I'm sure you already know this, but the symptoms can get worse. The anxiety can get worse. You might have gone from, low-level anxiety to strong anxiety, and then untreated anxiety can even ratchet up into panic attacks. Soon, it feels like you don't want to leave the house, you don't want to drive, you don't want to get back into what was normal for you, right? And that can be very depressing. Who wants to just not interact and not connect with people? We all have an anointing or something that we need to do in this life, so you need to get back to it. And ignoring the symptoms, I can almost promise you that they generally don't go away on their own. If they do, awesome, that's great. But what I've seen is that the symptoms get worse and stronger. Not being able to sleep, the fear increases, the anxiety increases, the confusion, the pain, because it's an act of just sort of trying to avoid all the symptoms all the time. And how exhausting is that? It can be very exhausting. And the people around us don't really want to hear about all the symptoms all the time, because they are trying to live their life too, and they understand we're in a lot of pain. They understand we have anxiety. They understand that we have, we're trying to get past something major that happened to us. But it can make them feel helpless as well, because they don't know how to help us. So that's why working with someone like me, I am a hypnotist. I do use hypnosis. I'm a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. Fancy words, which means I use powerful hypnosis to help you move forward. And I've got loads of extra tools to help you accomplish your goals. So I hope this found you well, and I definitely hear you. Take care. Drop a comment, drop a question in the comments as well. I will see you on the next video. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. Bye.